Welcome Pisces to your reading for October 2025. This is for your Sun, your Moon, your Rising and your Venus signs, Pisces, and it is a general reading, so please take what resonates and let the rest go. We're not going to waste any more time, we're going to get straight into it. So Pisces, we're looking at your general energy, your opportunity, your challenge, your unforeseen events and your advice. And I'm using the Star Tarot, and I will be clarifying with the Revelations deck, Revelations Tarot deck. So the Seven of Swords in your general energy, which means that either you're having to make efforts to do something in a completely different way. It's like a new strategy. It's almost as if, Pisces, you've been doing something for a while and it's not working, or it's not yielding the results you hoped that it would, and you're not going to go, well, that didn't work, end of. You're just going to sit down and think, well, there must be a better way of doing something. There's something here I'm not doing right, or there's a better way of doing something, and it's strategizing. The other thing this could be, Pisces, is that there's a sense of something's not right, feels like something or someone is not being honest. There's a sense of something going on behind your back. So it could be that as well. Then we've got the King of Swords reversed in your opportunity. And it could be about this person. This could be who you're feeling a bit of a bad vibe from. And if that is the case, the opportunity is here for you to just, if they make you feel uneasy, don't overthink it. Don't start thinking, oh, what if I'm right? What if I'm wrong? It's like if someone makes you feel uncomfortable, in a way, you don't need to know the reason. If they make you feel uncomfortable, that's enough for you to just say no. In any other situation in life, Pisces, for example, if you were eating something and it tasted disgusting, you wouldn't just carry on eating it and thinking, well, maybe it's my taste buds, maybe I need to give it another try, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it does taste nice. You just trust what you trust your senses, and this is another sense that you have, and you should just do the same. I'm not saying you should cut them off, but stop worrying about whether you're right or wrong and just get on with your life. So yeah, the Empress in reverse is in your challenge. It's interesting because I mean, this is quite specific, but I'm going to let you know because this might apply to someone. But if you are a parent, if you're a mother specifically, Pisces, and the person that you feel is being dishonest, or you're not getting the full story from, or they're being deceitful, or they're betraying, there's some sort of betrayal going on, that person could be, a child. When I say a child, it could be your son or daughter. So that's hard, because by sort of not giving up on them, but by not giving them another chance, or I don't know, it's hard to explain, because this is not about you giving up on someone. It's about you just trusting your gut and moving past it by not wasting any more energy on it. You feel like you're being disrespectful, or you're betraying them, which is interesting because you're not. Quite possibly, and it's going to be hard because you think, well, it's my son or it's my daughter, they wouldn't do that to me. But I think if you think about it logically, whatever this is, I don't think they're doing anything to you deliberately. Whatever this is about, they're just not telling you. They're not being fully honest about something, and there's a reason for that, and it's not because it's not a reflection of you. It's something to do with them. So try and remember that this isn't You know, it's not because they don't trust you, or it's hard though. I get it. I get it. The sun in reverse is in your unforeseen events. I mean, I think it might kind of weigh you down way more than you thought it would for some reason. It's like this is really weighing heavily on you, because there's still that dilemma of how can I move on from this unless I know whether I was right, or if this is, and again, I understand it, that's a hard thing to do, but you must remember that if you could wave a magic wand and find out what the actual reason was why this person hasn't been fully honest or hasn't told you the full story, whatever it is that's going on here, but they've been going around telling everyone else but not you, and the answer was something like because maybe you're a bit of a, you know, you do like to talk, maybe if they'd, you know, given you this information that you wouldn't have been able to keep it quiet, or maybe it's because if they're giving you this information, they didn't think you would when I say understand it, it's like on the surface it'll look like one thing, but there's a much deeper meaning, and maybe they didn't believe that you would get there, if that makes sense. And both of those things are going to hurt you. So are you ready for that? You know, do you want the truth? Because it's not about it. This is a personal reflection of who you are, that, you know, they must think I'm so this, that, or the other. It's not about that at all, Pisces, and that's what you need to get past. You need to get past the fact that everyone has an opinion of the people in their lives. People that say they don't, they're lying. You know, people in your life who have any meaning in your life, everyone has an opinion about who they are, how they react to things, what their behaviour's like. Everyone does. And sometimes we get it wrong because we don't get to see every facet of everyone on a daily basis. It's like, you know, your best, I don't know, your best friend, you see them when you're with them. Do you see what they're like when they're with their husband? Really, when they're on their own with their husband? Perhaps that person is a complete nightmare. Perhaps they're constantly shouting and nagging, and you don't know, do you? So, yeah, like I said, don't let this get you down. This is about their insecurity, not yours. It's, yeah, I don't know how else to put it. The Knight of Wands in reverse in your advice is just, don't do anything impulsive, Pisces. Don't, you know, don't let all this energy get pent up and build up until you just go, I can't do it anymore, and you have to go marching around there. You pick up the phone, you're like, ah, and you'll say something, because I guarantee whoever this is about on the other end of the phone is going to be going, what's happened? Because they're not going to be feeling like that at all. If anything, they might be trying to protect you from something, which again, you know, that's not their job. If this is about one of your offspring, let's see, let's clarify. The Seven of Swords clarified by the Hermit reversed, and the Five of Pentacles. You know, it could be something emotional that they're keeping from you, something like they've really been struggling because they've been on their own, and they don't want to be vulnerable in front of you, because if this is about a son or a daughter and they're grown and they're an adult, you know, depending on what kind of mum you are, but some mums would jump all over that and be like, oh, you know, and then maybe that's not what they want, even though it's not a bad thing. It might just be, yeah. The Five of Pentacles is also feeling like this is about you feeling left out and discluded, and, you know, and that I understand. You want people you're close to, it always hurts if you find out they haven't told you something important. You know, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth sometimes. But, you know, no one ever decides not to tell someone something because they've had, they've been sitting there thinking, well, I'm not going to tell that person because they're not worth my time, or, yeah, it's like they don't deserve it. I don't feel close enough to them to give them that. It's never that. It's never that. It's probably the opposite, if anything. It's that they have such a connection, such a strong connection with you. They don't want to burden you with it. It's more the opposite. So again, try and remember that. Try and put yourself in their shoes. Pick a scenario, whatever it might be. Imagine that, I don't know, you've just been feeling a bit down or lonely, or, you know, anything like that. You've been feeling vulnerable, and you could tell your closest friend in the world, but you don't want to because she's or he has got her own life and a lot going on, and they're, you know, maybe they've got a couple of their own problems, or maybe they're really, really happy and they're doing really well. Whichever one of those scenarios, doesn't really matter. And you're like, you know, I don't want to make it worse, or I don't want to ruin it for them, because you care. It's because you care. So just remember that. So we have the King of Swords reversed, clarified by the Magician reversed, and the Hierophant reversed in your opportunity. Wow, let me unpack this. So if this is about a particular person, this particular person is, I mean, I don't like using the word manipulate in this situation because it's not a strong or a negative energy kind of manipulate. It's more like a molding of, you know, let's mold this situation to make it sound better than it is, maybe. And then the Hierophant reversed. And the other thing it could be, the reason they're not telling you is because this could be to do with something where they've ended up in a situation of their own making that's happened before. It's like, this has happened before. I look like an idiot. How can I, you know, because they don't want the... it's eating humble pie, basically, and they're not ready for that, whatever this is about. They maybe think they're going to get a lecture, or, I don't know. The Empress reversed in your challenge, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups in reverse. You know, it's a funny thing as parents. I'm not generalising here. I am generalising. I'm not saying everyone parents in the same way. But we do everything we can when our children are growing to make them understand the importance of independence. Is that, you know, one day you won't have me. I won't be around to feed and clothe you and tie your shoelaces, and you're going to be off in the great big wide world, and you're going to have to do it all by yourself. You know, it's like we kind of, we mold them to be that person, and then once they are that independent person, we want them to be vulnerable again. It's like, okay, you know, the second they struggle, or the second there's any kind of hint of then that's it. It's like, come back, which is, I don't know, that's just the struggle, I suppose, that you have as a parent, or the balance you have to find. The Sun in reverse is in your Unforeseen, and it's clarified by the King of Wands. The Page of Swords reversed. So again, this feels like it's to do with your child, and it's because your child isn't with you. You can't keep an eye on them. If it is your child, it doesn't have to be. It could just be someone that's coming through as vulnerable like a child, if that makes sense. But they're still out there on their own, doing their own thing, and you feel helpless because you want to be able to help them, but you can't. And the King of Wands is basically saying the unforeseen event here is do what feels right. It's like, don't have a tug of war with your emotions because you're worried about the impact it's going to have on the relationship with this person. Because if you've already decided that whatever's going on here is because, you know, even if there's only a hint of it, it's because they don't have as much respect for you as that you thought they did. If that grows, then you will get yourself tied up in knots about the right thing or the wrong thing, and I think you need to let go of that, and you just need to go, you know, if one day you just think, oh, I just want to go and talk to them. I just want to go and express, get stuff off my chest to them. Do it. You know, don't hold back, just do it. Because that might be what they're waiting for. Maybe they want some, you know, like strong kick up the bum kind of advice. Maybe that's what they want. That's what they're waiting for. Rather than the softly, gently, nicely, it'll be okay, you know. The Knight of Wands in reverse is clarified by the Chariot and the Star in reverse. Yeah, this is just about, it's about determination and knowing that there's only one way, and that's forward. You can't go back and change anything. Keep saying it, and I'll probably bore you all by saying you can never go back and change what's been, and you can't change what's coming either. You can only, you know, embrace what's going on right now and move forward with confidence that you can deal with whatever's coming as well, even though you don't know what it is, but you can tell yourself that you're ready and you're determined, and, you know, go towards it with a positive attitude. And if you can impart that as well, that energy towards someone else that's in this reading, that's all they need. That's all they need to know, that you are strong and confident. It's not really about them needing to hear it from you. It's more about they need to know that you are okay because of their mistake. Or, I'm not saying you're going to turn around and go, it's okay, you don't have to worry, I'm fine, you know, because that's just as bad as being overly, you know, like being overly involved. But it's just finding that right balance and saying, look, it's okay, we're all human, we did, you know, whatever this is about, and I don't know what it's about. But the Star in reverse is interesting because this is saying, you know, not everything in life is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Sometimes it's a great ride going around the rainbow, and then you get to the end and it's like a bit of a hard landing, and you land in a muddy field in the middle of a thunderstorm, a bit abruptly. It can be like that. But you just got to, you know, you've got to navigate your way through that and understand that that doesn't actually delete the rainbow. It's like, just because that happened at the end doesn't mean that you didn't enjoy the rainbow, because you did. You didn't ruin it, you enjoyed it, but the ending wasn't quite what you were hoping for. So yeah, so Pisces, we are going to do your oracle. Well, it's actually a crystal card, so it's not really an oracle. I just thought it'd be nice for you to have a recommendation on a crystal for the month of October to help you through. Oh, interesting. So you have got, and it's probably, again, a very poor representation of what this looks like, but it's honey calcite. And it says, a honey-hued mineral on a mission to turn the bewildered and bumbling into super-driven worker bees. You need it if you're anyone with a job to do, and the brilliant but lazy on any Taurus. You put it, instead of hanging your forehead, sorry, I haven't got my glasses, and for some reason I'm especially visually impaired today. Instead of hanging your forehead repeatedly on your desk, banging, not hanging, banging, try a gentle kiss of honey calcite there instead. Use it when the barriers to abundance feel too big to power through, when it's time to stop writing your turn. It's time to stop waiting your turn, and stop waiting until tomorrow. Picture yourself triumphant on the other side of whatever stands in your way, and call on honey calcite to kick in the door. Break through your limits. There you go. Thank you guys, as always. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. I will see you next time. Enjoy the journey.